I'm going to show you a cool way to track your ride, send it back to all your friends, and be able to go back and look at it on a map. I'm Bob, and this is Two Wheel Tech. So before we go, talk a little bit about the APRS on this thing. Guys over at Bionics actually sent me this thing, and it is it's a pretty cool little deal. It's pretty much completely sealed in a small little Pelican case, so it is going to be pretty watertight. You could take this on a boat, you could take this backpacking, you could take it on the back of a motorcycle like I'm doing, and I've got it oriented up so the antenna is going to get out about as good as I can get that rubber ducky antenna going, but it should work. APRS works on a radio frequency, and it's a simplex radio frequency, pretty universal in the, well, at least in the US here. It's a universal VHF frequency, and everybody kind of uses it as long as it can hit other APRS enabled stations. Those stations will report back over the internet, and you'll get real-time telemetry from your track, and that's really what it's made for. We're gonna take a little ride. I love riding my bikes. I've got two of them. This one is the BMW F800R. This is a great little around town street bike. It gets up and goes. It handles like a dream, especially compared to my other bike, which is the Kawasaki Ninja ZX14R, which is an absolute beast. It is huge, and it is incredibly fast. That bike is capable of well over 200 miles an hour. I say, let's go take a ride. So, what exactly is APRS? APRS is it's a ham radio thing. It's automatic packet reporting system. And what it does, it's basically a transmitter that goes out and it pings out on the airwaves. This does not use cell phone towers. It doesn't use the internet. Well, APRS can be reported over the internet, but you can do it point to point also, which means other radio operators that have an APRS radio that'll receive as well as transmit can see your ping and your position. It's springtime. The weather's nice. It can have GPS coordinates. So it uses GPS coordinates And this little unit, the AIO here from Bionics, actually does use does use the GPS coordinates. It's hard. This is a lot harder motovlogging than talking to you guys from the shack here, because I gotta do like 2 or 3 things at the same time. So APRS does and can include GPS coordinates. It can do weather telemetry. So there's if you're into, you know, kind of the weather thing, there's a lot of APRS stations that report, and they report all kinds of weather telemetry, so you can pick that up. Here's something that you can that's really cool, is the APRS system. You could send text messages. So that is very, very cool. And this thing programs with a cable under Windows, nothing under the Mac yet, which kind of sucks, but hey, is what it is. I just put this Two Brothers exhaust on this bike, and honestly, I was about ready to sell this thing. And then because I was looking at the new BMW S1000XR, kind of a jack of all trades, high horsepower bike. I love my ZX14. That thing is like insanity on 2 wheels. The APRS system can do all kinds of announcements. So like locally here, my local ham club, we do a swap meet, and one of the guys puts a beacon out and makes an announcement of our ham swap and drops a pin at the location. So guys that are looking on APRS.fi can go on there and they'll see that if they're looking in the area. Right now, this thing should be tracking me. About every 2 minutes I've got it set up here, it'll ping out, and it'll ping the APRS system. Remember, no cell phones, no internet needed. It does it in real time, so anybody who may be tracking me right now, or maybe looking, just browsing APRS in this area, would be able to see me. You'll be able to see my route. This is just a gorgeous, gorgeous route here. Old historic Highway 40. This used to be the way that you went up to Reno, up along here. And there's the city limits of Auburn. Now I got to get on the freeway here for about 10 seconds. So you can also query on APRS. We're going to get off here. This is Old Town Auburn here. Kind of a cool little place.
So here's the dirty on the Microtrack AIO, or all-in-one. The thing comes housed in a Pelican 1030 case. It's pretty well sealed from the elements there, so you could take it out in the rain. It ships with a Nagoya 2-foot flexible whip antenna. Well, not a whip, it's a rubber ducky. And it is sealed with a little gasket at the bottom. Now, opening this thing up, it comes configured to use 8 AA batteries on a standard little battery housing there, and a 9-volt connector, but you don't want to use a 9-volt battery. Now, Bionic says that you can it can power from 9 to 14 volts. So if you've got other batteries that you want to use, hey, go for it. The Microtrack can also be powered here with a 12-volt power supply if you could find a tip that'll fit in that little thing. Now the switches, that is the power switch right there, and that's really the only control that you need. And there are 2 channels or 2 pages full of configuration. The battery compartment fits very snugly into the case because you really don't want any slop. Now, Bionic says that the AA batteries there will power this thing up for up to 8 days of continuous use. Bionic sells the Microtrack AIO for $260 as equipped here. You can order one from their website at bionics.com.
So things that'll show up on the map on APRS are things like fixed stations. Guys that are running APRS stations out of their houses. You'll see that. A lot of them will say fixed. Moving objects. This here is a moving object. And it's a mobile ham station. I'm transmitting with my signal. I'm transmitting my call sign, and that's something that if you don't have a ham radio license, you'll need to get a ham radio license to use this. But it really is a lot of fun. It's not hard to get your ham license, and it really opens up a whole lot of doors for you. I'll do some more stuff ham radio on motorcycles. There's a lot of ways to do it, and I mean, you could do traditional ham radio where you're talking. So on the APRS map, you can also do search and rescue teams use APRS. They put data up there like grids that they've searched. But what's very, very cool about this is if I was on a long ride right now, if I was doing, a couple of days and going a few thousand miles from home, with this AIO set up on the back of the bike here, I just ride and I enjoy my ride. I could talk to my friends with the Bluetooth, or I could interface it to another ham radio and talk if I've got a group of friends with me, or I could just talk to other people. And you could pull up the map, APRS FI, and you would most likely be able to see my route. I could set this thing up to ping out every 30 seconds if I wanted to. But that's kind of an overload of the system when it gets busy. And in certain areas, in more metropolitan areas, it gets very, very busy. It really does. There's a lot of APRS signals out there, and a lot of them are colliding. So anyway, This is actually my first time. I'm not a pro at APRS. Never claimed to be some big APRS guy. I'm just getting into it. And I kind of, my first APRS radio was the Kenwood D74. And that's kind of a robust little system there. A lot of fun, and I got to learn a little bit about APRS, and then I got this thing, and I'm God, can these guys go any freaking slower? Well, I guess we are coming up to the highway patrol station. So I forgot what I was talking about. Holy shit. Look at that. That is beautiful. That is the Sacramento Valley out there. Hope you can see it. Hope you could have seen it. But that's Sacramento down there. I don't know what the hell's hitting my helmet. So anyway, when we get back to the house, I'm going to crank up APRS FI. And you could actually do it on your cell phone. But I really don't want to have the cell phone running up front here while I'm doing my thing here on the bike. That's what I really love. That's what I really, really love about this thing. I don't even have to think about it. It's just there, it's on, and it'll track my ride. It'll track things like my GPS coordinates, my altitude, and my speed. So anybody who's looking at me on the APRS system, they could go out and they could see all that stuff. They could see my speed. They could see where I'm going. I probably should have reprogrammed this thing, made it do 30 seconds. But the system to program it is kind of primitive. So the guys over at Bionics, they had pre-programmed this thing for me with my call sign. They even put a little motorcycle logo on the thing, which was kind of cool, because I intend to use it more on the motorcycle than anything else. Alright guys, I'm almost done with my ride. So, you know what? If you like this video, go ahead and give me the thumbs up. And if you haven't hit the subscribe button already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And if you want to support me, help support the system here, or the channel, go to Patreon. Visit my Patreon page. Go to Patreon K6UDA and donate to the cause. I would love to have you, and I'm hoping to do some special things when I get a few more patrons, whatever.